What up, Sag? It's your boy, the Hoodie Tarot, here to deliver the good news to you. And this is your December 2020 reading. I feel right when I said Sagittarius, I just felt good. I don't know, maybe because the sun is in your sign and it's your season. So happy birthday to y'all. With much gratitude in my attitude. We love y'all. We are grateful for y'all beautiful energy and what y'all do for us. Um, and shit, you know what I'm saying? Let's just get into this reading. I feel good. I feel like it's about to be my birthday in this month. Like last year, about it though. All right, 6 cards, and each card has this unique position. I'll explain those cards and those positions as well. The bottom of the deck is what I would say is the chapter of your book of life, which is the chapter of December 2020 for the sign of Sagittarius. All right, we have the Ace of Swords, which is beautiful. I love it. It is the truth. It is clarity. Who just got this? I feel like, oh man, Libra got this. Okay, Ace of Swords is beautiful energy. All right, so the Oracle card gives us context. We have the Ajanta Caves of India, beautiful caves which they all housed beautiful artwork of the early Indian Buddhism, classrooms, so much jewelry, treasures. And so within these caves, it reads, enlightenment is a journey. I show compassion to myself and all living beings. I can be centered within chaos. All my past lives have brought me to this perfect moment of realization and wisdom, excuse me. You know, and they found these caves. I want to say, you know, some Europeans discovered these caves. I think they were running away from something. It wasn't on purpose, and they just, you know, happened to move some shrubbery and enter these caves and find rooms. I mean, vast rooms of just treasures and classrooms and artifact and beautiful architecture and so much preserved history, like it was almost untouched, right? So, Sag, you know, with the full moon occurring in Gemini and, you know, being that access, you are getting some amazing spiritual downloads in terms of self and what you believe about the world and yourself and how you come off into the world. All right, this is just talking about to Scorpio about presenting themselves in the world. So how your energy is coming in, we have the Emperor card, right? Beautiful energy. The Emperor gets it done. He is the warrior. He is the one that manifests, controls, expands, growth, fire energy, right? Some of y'all have an Aries in your life that is supportive and does that for you as well. But high key, it's just your energy, and I think that y'all are ready to expand and ready to grow, ready to go. Some of you are feeling like you want movement, ready to go head first into ideas, into things, okay? We have the Emperor card, and then we have the Devil card, 2 major arcana off top, all right? So, again, in terms of renewal and in terms of enlightenment, the Devil is what we identify and what we tie ourselves to. And sometimes the devil is healthy. Sometimes the devil is unhealthy. Devil being Capricorn energy is what we allow ourselves to, you know, bring into a structure or our own personal structure. What tools and what we use in terms of that, okay? How that energy is coming out for you, Sagittarius, which is, you know, very aware and present of certain things, but also, you know, being very mindful of like contracts and dealings that you are tied into. So a lot of you, the focal point is going to be the attachments via contracts or via partnerships, via agreements and so forth. This is really important for you. How that energy comes out, we have the Death card, okay? Death card represents Scorpio, but more importantly also represents transmutation, growth, evolution through death, okay? So this is not somebody dying per se, but what it is you yourself, you are evolving, okay? Ooh, and I love it. Okay, Sag, we got the sun card, the death card. Look at all this major growth, all right? It's like the sun is shining and a new person is coming out. It's like a butterfly coming out of a cocoon, all right? Phoenix coming from the ashes, whatever the case may be, Sag, the month of November with all this December, with all this clarity and with all this knowledge coming via the Ace of Swords is allowing you to cut away, I'm speaking metaphorically, cut away from an old identity or something that you've attached to, or at least give you the truth of what it is and allow you to feel empowered through evolution. All right. Beautiful. What we have coming to us, we have the Four of Cups, and so the Four of Cups is going to be the answer in terms of what do we want. Scorpio just had this too, in terms of what do we want, what do we need to grow, where do we do not feel completely satisfied and we just need a little bit more or something new per se. On the emotional front, okay, Five of Swords reverse. All right. Actually, we get, looks like, Sagittarius, either through some type of communication or lack thereof. I think that there is, some of y'all are really putting to end some type of battle. If you've been like teeter-tottering with, like, I don't want to say a decision, but if you've been actually working over like ideas or working over situations and maybe trying to get a comprehension of like something or some situation that you don't 100% have the answers to, you may begin the answers to that. If it's answering the question again in terms of like, and this is probably a better general explanation, is if a lot of you Sagittarians are aspiring for something more and want something more out of life, right? Because you're adventurous and you have to have your spirit always healthy, that supports you, in terms of being adventurous and in terms of movement and not feeling like your progress is going to be impeded. And so if there's been mental situations, feels very I don't feel conflict, but if there's just been thinking or overthinking, then that ceases this month. And we're getting some type of reward. All right, so let's see what it is. We got the Six of Swords in our event position. So there's a need for us to go somewhere, to leave something behind, again, in terms of thinking for real. Like, this feels like this is something that we learned about the year. And there we go. Three of Swords reverse. It is a time to heal. It's a time to acknowledge the grand healing. Healing is, healing, for, in my opinion, is two processes. One, it's, your daily process where you say, okay, I've gone through something and it made me feel a certain type of way. Now I have to proactively work and acknowledge where going through pain or going through heartbreak or going through disappointment can make its way into the small decisions or the small talk in my daily. Okay, so that's one. All right. Two, the second way I feel this process occurs in terms of healing is being able to look at the bigger picture, especially in terms of identity, right? And so there are many people that operate in the world from a pain identity, and they don't have any problem in doing that. You've met hurt people that don't have any problem with showing you the many ways they've been hurt. Some of you, they will tell you how they've been hurt. Other people are more subtle, but because of their negativity that masks that cynicism, or people that, reality, but if their reality is tainted by a pain identity, then their reality is very much false. It's real to them because when you hold on to a pain identity, you're always the victim, everybody's suspect. There's, it's a very dim way to live. Doing the opposite is allowing the the understanding of when we get clarity about ourselves, when we understand our personal truth, and when we operate and let our personal truth be the catalyst in terms of like how we present ourselves to the world, but then also like being able to um, separate identities and look at old identity versus new identity, improved person versus, you know, person where we get lessons. Like this is like imperative in terms of like wish fulfillment and movement and making progresses, right? So in regards to this oracle card, like in the terms of enlightenment as a journey, showing compassion to myself and living things, like I want to harp on that point right there. Like this is a month for you, Sagittarius, to be really compassionate to yourself. And so it goes by doing the things. What does compassion to yourself look like? You have to answer that question, especially if you're not feeling completely fulfilled. So I would ask you, well, if you don't feel fulfilled in your daily life, then are you being 100% compassionate to yourself? Are you being nice to yourself? Do you talk to yourself nice? Do you treat yourself nice? Um, those things are important. Healing is important. And so we are healing this month without a doubt, and it does come by leaving certain things behind in the past. If you want to take a short trip, take a short trip. It's supported. Now, the Temperance card in reverse. I feel like Sagittarius, like a lot of you are coming back into your power. And I think that the full moon does help and assist with it. I'd like to clarify. Let's see. Yeah, the magician, the magician. And so, um, coming back to your power does come by a way of choosing the tool you choose to manifest. Um, Ace of Swords. So the sword, you know, speaking your truth and letting your truth be the factor in terms of healing and in transmutation of emotion, especially old pain. Like if they're deep, 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 like hidden, like old shit, you know what I'm saying? That has the room this month to kind of like to really be let go of and to really, you know, free yourself up. Like I feel like my shoulders and my back, like when I said that, like I feel like my shoulders got more free. Um, so you might be holding pain within the body. Um, so you know, the beautiful thing about the magician is no matter what or where the magician is the magician, which is charismatic and which is resourceful and intelligent, but also has the gift of sleight of hand and can deceive or doesn't have to deceive, but can create illusions. Um, Now, how does that work with also presenting your personal truth? Well, here's the thing. You can also be your own personal magician in terms of the way that you choose to empower yourself. So if the Aces of Swords is the tool of the trade for creating magic, then this is a way to first acknowledge personal truth. What has been made clear to you this month in terms of healing? What thought processes support healing? What thought processes impede growing? What processes in terms of communication allow us to transmute feelings, allow us to express, allow us to get pain out, allow us to make, you know, ideas or perceptions plain and make them into an energy that can grow and expand, you know, in name of the emperor, right? Because we got a lot of fire here. All right. Bottom of the deck, Ten of Swords, reverse. So yes, I mean, all the healing vibes. We got all the healing vibes for you, Sagittarius, and it does come by clarity. We just get clear. It comes so crystal clear. This is like, it just may be some real epiphanies. Like, okay, I got it. I understand. You know, it feels really light. I think that's why I was feeling really good. And then we got the Five of Wands. Okay, so Five of Wands. Yeah, if it was, hey, straight up and down, Sag, like if you are healing or dealing with healing things that have extended from old, outdated conflicts, old battles, you know. A lot of you, simply and plain, I think I need to title this like, you know, what battles are worth fighting or something like that, you know, or choose battles wisely, because I think that the potentiality for peace here is really great. And I think that there's a lot of room to grow based on the information that comes in, and that helps you own your personal truth. What I would be mindful of is to understand that, look, evolving is never comfortable 100%. It does call for elements of being uncomfortable, but I think that if you identify what you need out of life, and I think if you don't judge yourself, and if you allow yourself to really own it, like, you know, it's not a what if, it's like, it's when. I proactively have eliminated the word if out of my vocabulary. It's not if, it's when it comes to manifesting the things that I want for me and my family. I will urge you to do the same. And anything that's like, anything that brings probability and doesn't, you know, assert you in terms of facts. Like, we have to know our power, we have to know what we deserve. And so in terms of wish fulfillment, you very much are the architect, because you are the master alchemist, but being empowered does come by acknowledging, one, well, you're not bulletproof, you are human. So there's not always a way to make light or joke your way out of the sincereness of pain and working through healing, you know? Which is not to say not to let your personality shine, but, you know, it does call for you to acknowledge what it is that you want in terms of growth, and in terms of, as you evolve to a higher self, what does that person look like, and how does that person move out to the world, and how do they present their personal truth. Presenting your personal truth is going to allow you to receive wider and bigger and more meaningful understandings of this enlightenment journey. So even if it's chaotic in nature, even if it seems like the world's moving fast, which I don't think December is going to feel super crazy. I actually feel like it's going to be quite abundant to you. But I also think that the way that you come to the clearness of yourself, and being able to look in the mirror and really see a new version of self, does call for somewhat of a review of how you identify pain and identify with pain, and to look at severing any ties that you have to a pain identity. And all your past lives have brought you to this perfect moment of realization and wisdom. And through these ebbs and flows, that's where we find wisdom, y'all. That's where we find it. So, Sag, that's what I got for you. I love it. That's a beautiful thing. We celebrating all the healing. You get all the gifts and all the good things this season. So, much love to you. I appreciate y'all. If you dig it, I'm the Hoodie Tarot. You can hit me on IG, or you can go ahead and check out the website for my list of services that I provide for y'all. I would love to do a one-on-one reading for you, and thank you so much for allowing me in your energetic space. I will talk to y'all soon. All right.